this is Dizzy Dustin.
Yo, I'm the
Andy Cooper with Ugly Duckling, Long Beach, California.
And we chilling with Practice Video magazine. So practice your videos before you read the magazine.
Yeah.
We've been a group since like 1993, and the first thing we ever wanted to do, it took us a while just to make songs and make tapes and try and get the quality acceptable. Then we started trying to sell tapes for a long time, and we'd sell some, but honestly, they didn't. It's hard to move selling tapes because,
especially when no one knows you.
Yeah, no one wants to just buy somebody's tape, and even when they do, it's just like you're only giving the tape to that person. So we came to the realization that we needed to put out a record. So we put out a single called Fresh Mode and started giving it to all the local DJs and to all the radio stations, college shows that would play us, and just trying to sell them in little stores here and there. And we started building momentum doing that, and that's eventually what got us our record deal.
Hey yo, Dizzy, are you ready? I'm ready to go. Yo, Andy, are you ready? Man, I'm ready to go. Yo, Einstein's ready.
Well, MC wise, I mean, it's just the era really, like, you know, of course, Rakim and EPMD, Main Source, Big Daddy Kane, Bismarck, all those kind of groups in that era is what we grew up with and what really connected with us. De La Soul, all that kind of stuff. So, really, the reason we made our record like we did and with lots of references to the old stuff is because we were trying to do shows and perform songs, and the best part of any hip-hop jam is when they start playing the old classics. So we just wanted to be an embodiment of the classics and be part of that so people would understand how enthusiastic we were about old school hip-hop and the roots of hip-hop. And we wanted to take the roots, introduce ourselves with this EP and build on it and let people understand where we came from, because we know a lot of the kids at the shows grew up on this stuff too and they love it, and a lot of artists kind of just turn their back on it.
Basically, I mean, our music is based around the late 80s, early 90s type of music. We use fat loops, which Einstein finds, but I mean, I don't know if that's really old school, like Rakim and Big Daddy Kane. So I don't know if that's old school or not. For me, old school is a lot older than that. It's like the true school where it all started from. And we like to go by the roots, you know, and we play by the regulations. We like to go off 2 turntables. Our show was all live off of 2 turntables, 2 MCs and DJs.
In my garage, I had like about 5,000 records out there. This was a bad storm, and it got raining through the roof, flooded all of them. And
but luckily, they were insured, right?
I went out in the garage, and like the water was all the way up to my knees. I was crying, seeing my records float all over. That's the worst experience of my life, right there.
The records were floating?
The records were floating all over.
I didn't know that.
I'm sitting there going, oh my God.
What's the best record that was floating?
I don't know. I don't remember the exact titles. But I was,
like if you didn't see like a Grover Washington floating across or something.
But then again, dude, he had insurance on those records, right?
Yeah. Luckily, the insurance paid for the money.
And that gave us the money to promote our stuff.
SP1200. I bought the SP1200 because I was only using the MPC60 at the time. I bought the SP1200. Then I sold the SP1200. Got the money for that to put our first single, Fresh Mode, out.
So basically, it was like Noah, you know. The rain came, and things after that came. You know what I mean?
I don't like to think about that too much anymore. I'm trying to put that.
Yeah, let's stop that.
Einstein, break it down like this.
Well, I mean, one cool thing about the LA scene is it's all kind of, we've all done gigs together, and it's the same circuit of promoters, just like everywhere else probably. But like say at a store like Fat Beats, where we sold our record at first, one of the first place we sold Fresh Mode. Newmark from Jurassic 5 works there. J-Rock from the Beat Junkies works there, who's also in, what's the Element group?
You don't have a group?
Yeah, Visionary, sorry. And Babu from Dilated Peoples. So everybody from the circuit is involved in the store, and it's a real united front. But LA's a big place, and it's still a commercially dominated place. It's still Ice Cube and Mac 10 are the big records, and that kind of flavor. And
you gotta be connected.
Connect gang.
Yeah, like old school hip hop.
Oh, don't question, right? All right.
Take it back. One way, rock the show. All their hands, they know that we exercise with mic control. We stay stable like a neutron, it's on like a crouton from here to the Yukon.
So I remember going to high school my senior year, and like kids were playing, you know, what's this G thing and stuff, and it was like about the neighborhood I was in, and we'd always see those guys around, like Snoop Dogg especially, be around. They'd go to the football games in my high school, and it was just surreal that it was, you know, it was the first time anybody talked about our town and all that. So it was blowing up, and it was just right down the street and right there. So it was really strange. I'll tell you one thing. One time, Disney and I, we went to a liquor store. This is a funny one. I don't know how this happened. So we went to a liquor store just to buy some sodas or whatever. And he grew up with Warren G. And I met Warren a couple times too. And so we go into the liquor store, we get our soda, you know, we're coming out. And as we come out, there's two Range Rovers. Snoop Dogg.
Matching Range Rovers.
Yeah, matching. Snoop Dogg and Warren G are walking the liquor store right at us. And we're like, and Snoop's got this big jacket that says Mad Ass Dog Pound Gang on it. And they're playing Bitches Ain't Shit really loud. And the whole crew was there. I think they were going to a show or something. It looked like it. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I just walked into a Dog Pound video. It was really funny. So it was a local thing. It was interesting to have.
I wish I would have been there.
Yeah.
And I walked out, I'm like, what's up, man? What's going on? And Andy just getting in the car, like, oh, forget that.
That was the Dog Pound. Oh my God.
Yeah, it was funny.
I mean, the goal of hip hop is to stay around. So hopefully we're doing that positively.
And there's a huge cultural shift in hip hop, and a lot of different kind of people are coming to jams, and have been for the last couple of years. A lot more of the college crowd, and a lot more. I know we're from a lot more Filipino and Asian people are into hip hop, and it's changed pace, and you're dealing with different people than you used to. So it's hard to say what will really come of that. And I think it's just important that people keep trying to do good music and do their best.
Just remember, like, longevity, man. Like Andy said earlier, man. It's basically just about sticking with what you can do and do it. You know what I mean? Hip hop is so broad now. You got so many different areas of hip hop. You got commercial hip hop, you got gangster hip hop, you got underground hip hop, and you got Cool Keith kind of hip hop, which is totally different.
There's a whole branch.
So I mean, stick with what you want to do, man. I mean, because pretty soon it's gonna be. It started off when rap was in the record store. It was just with everything else, and then it had its own section. It's just gonna keep broadening. It's gonna keep going out. It's gonna spread, and it's gonna be different kinds of music.
That would be interesting if in the record store they had
like hip hop,
gangster rap. Yeah, it'll get to that point.
Get to that point.
I think the subject matter is gonna broaden, and I think the culture of the people who are doing it is gonna broaden.
And like anything too, man. Just remember where it came from and where it started from, because if you don't know where it came from or you don't know the rules of the game, you're gonna get lost in it. Like I'm pretty sure as us as a group, we grew up in the hip hop era. My first song I ever remember listening to forever, I mean, and knowing the lyrics was La Di Da Di. I mean, that was the first song ever to me. I mean, we grew up in that when everything was brand new, and people forget about what started hip hop. And a lot of people forget about the roots of it. And you know, you gotta play by the games and play by the rules, as Einstein would say, and just know where you're at. You know what I mean?
Eu andava tão certinho, a vida me chutou. Sincero com você, você me deixou. Agora eu vou sim.